Okay, so let's finish off our syllabus quick. I think we've got most of what I wanted out of this, so I'm just going to copy and paste the rest into here, and we can talk about it.
The V-skip and the V-space, it had different amounts of numbers to it, so if it was the same number, would it be the same gap?
Probably pretty close. The V-skip, I believe, starts... I believe the V-skip leaves the padding on the words, and the V-space doesn't. So they would be very slightly different. But we could adjust them so they would be the same. And to be honest, I'm actually guessing about that. We'd have to go look into the documentation of both of those functions. But we could. And if we wanted to, right, like, the way I would do that is I would just open Chrome, and I would type V-skip and the language that I'm in, right, LaTeX, and I'd push go, and then I'd, oh, look, someone has already asked this question. Please note, I very much expect this website to be your very best friend. If you're not using Stack Exchange when you're computer coding, you're wasting your time. Yeah, same thing. So the Stack websites are all the same. This one is from the tech area of Stack Exchange. And if we go click on this, right, we'll find somebody asking, what's the difference between a V-skip and a V-skip and a V-space and a V-skip? I guess the first is LaTeX and the latter is tech. What? And then here's this, like, okay, well, here's an answer. This one's accepted, right? Which means that the person who wrote that initial question thought this was a good idea. Like they said, this is the answer that solved it for me. Note, there are other answers, and some of them are better than the answer that the person clicked yes to. Not always, but sometimes you will find an extremely detailed answer as the first one, and then one of these others will be the answer in a sentence or with just 2 lines of code. So it does pay to read all the answers. Please note, if you read answers, there are scores, right? Everybody's got a score. So like this guy has a reputation of 16,000 and something. He gets a lot of answers accepted. Like that dude is well regarded on this forum. If you scroll down, like this guy's got 9,000 points. I can't find anybody with like 10. It's like 10 is the guy you want to stay away from. Like even this guy who's asking this question, right? He has a decent reputation score, so he probably knows at least a little bit of stuff. Right? The dude who has 10 and answers the question may have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. Cool? Keep in mind, though, those are also just a function of time spent on the forum, so they're not necessarily the right thing. You guys see that? Okay, so that answers that, I think. Let me see what my syllabus looks like. Did I hit compile? I did. Okay, so videos. Videos are all going on the YouTube channel, so you can check them out anytime. Quizzes are daily in class. Assignments are blah, blah, blah. This is the relevant statement here, that you should feel free to use Stack Exchange or whatever. But if you use an answer from Stack Exchange to solve a lab assignment or an assignment or whatever, you should at least have an inkling of how it works. So when I see that, when I see you use something that I haven't taught you, I will ask, hey dude, how does that work? And it's not me trying to quiz you, it's that I literally maybe don't know, and I'm interested in finding out. And if your answer is, I have no idea, I copied and pasted it, we're okay, but not great. Right? Like if I copied and pasted it from Stack Exchange, and then I fiddled with it a little bit, and it seems like this part does this, and that part does that, and I've got a good understanding of how they play together, we're totally cool. Like, that's awesome. That's what I want from you guys. Does that expectation make sense? Okay. And you can also like go ask anyone you want about your assignments. I just don't want you guys to like literally copy someone else's assignment in the class. If two of you collaborate and you turn in the same thing, I'm kind of okay with that, but I want to know that it was a mutual collaboration as opposed to a like, hey, Ronaldo, can you do my homework for me? Like, what did you put? I forgot to do this. Like, turn it in late and learn it yourself, right? Don't just copy it from Ronaldo, even though he's going to be totally badass at this. And you all could probably benefit from that. The two projects, I already kind of outlined how that worked, right? You guys have any questions on this? Okay, I'll give you firm project assignments with grading rubrics later here. As far as topics that we're going to cover, we're doing, you guys right now, I'm assuming, have no programming experience. Whether or not that's true is totally up for grabs. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to give you tools that work in all languages, right? Or at least most languages. I'm giving you the philosophy of coding. We're going to learn a bunch of that philosophy by using specific languages. But already today we've talked about two different languages. Which two? Yeah, we talked about using batch files as scripting, and we talked about using LaTeX, right? Do I expect you guys to be able to LaTeX your homework? No, not really. Could you? Probably. Like, it's not that hard. You could figure it out, especially with an example like the tech code for your syllabus, right? Or you could go look up some examples of tech files. Like, they're on the internet. It's awesome. Okay, specifically, the things I expect you to actually have to learn in here are apparently batch, although I didn't intend that today. I also expect for you to learn a little bit of processing and a little bit of Python. I'm probably going to teach you Python 2 point whatever, not Python 3, because I think the book for Python 2 is better. And I realize that'll be an annoying decision to some of the other computer science people, but they can live with it, because as soon as they get all of the Python 2 code off of all of the computers in the world, then I'll stop teaching Python 2. Okay. Student responsibilities, if you have like ADA stuff or DSPS stuff, feel free to come chat with me about it. If you need anything anyway and you don't have a DSPS card or whatever, come talk to me. If you're going to miss class, I just want to hear about it. We can have some little conversation. It's not a deal breaker. The SLOs are here. The course objectives are here. The lab objectives are here. You guys can look at that later on your own time. There's a schedule here, which I'm already kind of regretting putting in here. This will be loosely what we talk about. I'm going to try to stick to it at least a little bit, but there will be a few things that'll like, yeah, I don't really care about that. We're going to switch. Cool? All right. So the schedule is not a be-all, end-all. If you want to know what we actually talked about and you didn't make class, check out the videos, email me, whatever. Sort something out. Ask your classmates. Cool? Questions, Steels? Okay. Awesome.